Have you ever wanted to go back and relive the best day of your life? A day that was simply just perfect, even in its own imperfect way. But, of course, you can't. You couldn't. You're not even the same person on the other side of that experience. Then, as time goes by day, change piles on. Before you know it, children have grown up. Teenagers have become taxpayers. They say you can never go home again. Maybe instead, there's a day you wish you could redo. You made mistakes and can clearly see the forks in the road, a decision tree that became your life. This is part of why I love time loop stories. Films like Groundhog Day, Boss Level, Happy Death Day, Edge of Tomorrow. It's also used in several TV shows from Russian Doll to Star Trek The Next Generation to The X-Files to Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Repeating the same moments or the same day again and again allow a character to amend their decisions and superhumanly optimize the time in their loop.
You can do this. You can. You keep coming here every day and I'll train you.
You already have.
Maybe, as life moved forward, you found yourself dissatisfied with how things turned out.
What if the world is just a big disappointment?
This will then require a reconciliation, coming to peace with the life you lived rather than the one you dreamed. My favorite film of all time does not have a time loop, but it does take both concepts, reliving the best day of your life and reaching an acceptance on how life unfolds. Moreover, the script is phenomenal. Not a second of time is wasted as characters go through their arcs with foreshadowing, wordplay, humor, horror, drama, and tragedy.
It's pointless arguing with him. Drink up, let's boo-boo.
My favorite film is The World's End, directed by Edgar Wright and starring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost, along with a brilliant supporting cast. It is absolute perfection and wildly underappreciated. This film concludes the 3 flavors Cornetto Trilogy. Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, both excellent on their own, but this ice cream crescendo peaks with The World's End. Quick note, the Cornetto thing was a joke, a loose connection similar to The Man with No Name. Many of the same actors play vastly different characters, and always, Nick Frost and Simon Pegg are partnered. The 3 films also share a garden fence gag.
What's the matter, David? I'm taking a shortcut before. What's the matter, Danny? You never taken a shortcut before?
Each film has a flavor matching their theme. Strawberry red for blood in Shaun of the Dead.
You got red on you. You've got red on you.
Original blue for police in Hot Fuzz.
Do you like ice cream?
Sorry, I don't follow.
And mint green for The World's End.
The Reverend Green.
As this is a film that I believe benefits from watching without any context going in, let me declare a major spoiler warning beyond this point. I highly recommend watching the film first. So, as I was saying, mint green is for science fiction and aliens, although blue might be more appropriate.
The town's been taken over by robots full of blue stuff.
Shh, keep your voice down. You don't even know what you're talking about.
Tell us then.
Well, they're not robots. Do you even know what robot means?
Not a single second of this film is wasted, from the first frame after the Universal logo when Focus Features appears, with the out-of-focus O replaced by a zoom-out shot of a therapy circle after the initial prologue. Gary King describes the very best night of his life, just after graduating from secondary school or British high school. This night was him going on a pub crawl with his best mates, the Golden Mile. Asked by a perfectly aloof member to his left in the group circle if he regrets not completing this drinking challenge, Gary says no, but he pauses and he smiles to himself. Audio plays of Peter Fonda from a 1966 Roger Corman film, The Wild Angels.
But tell me, just what is it that you want to do?
Well, we want to be free. We want to be free to do what we want to do. And we want to get loaded. Yeah! Second emotion. And we want to have a good time. And that's what we're going to do.
Away, baby, let's go.
We're going to have a good time. We're going to have a party.
This was itself sampled into the music used for the soundtrack here, Loaded by Primal Scream.
We're going to have a party.
Gary, it is visually clear, has been inspired and has a plan. Manic, probably unstable, but his mind is utterly fixed and fixated. Simon Pegg's acting here, and for the duration of the film, is impeccable.
Just what is it that you want to do?
We want to be free. We want to be free to do what we want to do. Yeah. We want to get loaded. Yeah. And we want to have a good time. And that's what we're going to do.
In a GQ interview, he stated,
Gary King is my favorite character I've ever played. Gary is a lost soul, a warrior in the name of something completely pointless.
The film then moves to a montage of the childhood chums now going about their adult lives, all having gone their own way, as people eventually do. All of these men have grown up, except for Gary. Gary begins assembling his party with the meekest and most suggestible one of the group, Peter Page, a rich boy who now sells cars with his father and is now married with children. Second, Stephen Prince, a friendly rival to Gary, who built his business, sold it, and now manages construction. Next up, O-Man, as in The Omen, Oliver Chamberlain, introduced with Gary on the couch as if he's in a therapy session, but quickly revealed to be a real estate agent. O-Man's sister had a romantic encounter with Gary on the infamous night of the first Golden Mile, even though Stephen Prince desired to be with her. All three of these childhood friends are intrigued that Andy Knightley, Gary's best friend, is coming on this pub crawl, suggesting that he may have been the one that they truly liked as young men. Their surprise and skepticism also builds suspense for Gary to finally see his friend and attempt to lure him on this quest. Things have clearly changed, and he no longer considers Gary a friend, at least as far as he is willing to say.
I have a friend here to see you.
No, I don't.
This is the first time in the trilogy that Nick Frost has played the more responsible one of the pair. Gary went by Fearless Leader in their youths.
Didn't we decide to stop calling him Fearless Leader somewhere around 1992?
Old habits die hard.
And we are not immediately given the specifics, but he apparently was not up for the task of leading them anywhere good.
You have a very selective memory, Gary.
Thanks.
You remember the Friday nights. I remember the Monday mornings.
Yeah, that's why we're going back on a Friday.
At least not yet. We eventually find out
Andy, in 1986, we reenacted the knife game from Aliens and I stabbed you in the middle finger.
How about December 1997, when you OD'd and I drove you to the hospital 4 times over the limit and I ended up rolling the car and almost severing my femoral artery, at which point you made a miraculous fucking recovery and ran off into the night, leaving me to get arrested after 12 hours of life-saving surgery.
Either one of those will do.
likely contributing to his going in the direction of law for his profession. These men have learned to play by the rules, where Gary has not.
Freedom. You're all slaves, and I am free to do what I want any old time.
And this is what you want? You should grow up, mate. Join society.
Yeah.
Rebellion is a young man's game, but it also has its time and place. America was founded by rebelling against the crown.
It's pointless arguing with you.
Exactly.
The stage is set for Gary, king of the humans.
Gary King.
Yeah?
Gary King of the humans.
Yeah?
To represent humanity in all its flaws.
What is it they say? To err is human. To err is human! So,
its contradictions.
Nah. There's only one Gary King!
And its peculiarities.
I think you bit off more than you could chew with Earth, mate. Yeah, because we are more belligerent, more stubborn, and more idiotic than you could possibly imagine. And I am not just talking about Gary. Yeah, there's more than one Gary King.
But you said...
What I fucking said.
To reject a tyrannical force attempting to civilize mankind.
Earth isn't perfect, all right? And humans aren't perfect. And guess what? I ain't perfect.
To be continued in part 2.